Okay. What if I were to tell you that everything you just saw could have been prevented on multiple occasions, and through slip-ups in the justice system, 2 innocent lives were taken on October 22nd, 2022. This is the tragic story of how 2 healthcare workers lost their lives at the hands of Nestor Hernandez. Our story takes place in Dallas, Texas. Dallas is a lively city that offers a distinct combination of contemporary architecture and rich cultural heritage. It serves as an ideal destination for individuals who have a passion for sports, music, and cultural events. The city is renowned for being home to the Dallas Cowboys, a highly popular football team, as well as a thriving music scene. Additionally, it is a hub for cultural activities such as opera, ballet, musicals, and symphony concerts. But unfortunately, Dallas is not as wholesome as it may sound as it becomes the setting for our tragic story. Visiting his long-term girlfriend, Nestor Hernandez was visiting Selena Villatoro at the Methodist Dallas Medical Center on the morning of October 22nd, 2022. Nestor was eager to visit Selena as their child had just been born the previous day. But it was a deceptive visit. At first glance, he was just there to see his newborn child. But little did anybody know he had a much more sinister reason for being there. He spent most of that morning drinking, and he built up so much anxiety and paranoia fueled by alcohol that he believed Selena must have been cheating on him, even though she just had his child. Fueled by rage and alcohol, Nestor stormed into the hospital room, despite being in parole and despite having an ankle monitor. He felt compelled to confront her right away and barged into the labor delivery unit with a beer in his hand. What ensued from then on was an alarming escalation of events. After unsuccessfully being able to find the man that Selena had been cheating on him with, he pulled out a gun and started pistol whipping her. During a routine check by 2 hospital staff, Nestor unexpectedly opened fire on 2 healthcare workers. And it sadly appeared that he had additional victims in his sights.
Work with me, man. Work with me. Come on. Come on, you gotta come out. You gotta give us something.
But most importantly, how did we end up here? And how does a hardened criminal end up on the streets again? For that answer, we have to go back to 2014. Nestor and Selena started dating in 2014, and their relationship soon led them down a path of destructive behavior. Selena always viewed herself as a bit of a gangster, and she quickly became Nestor's partner in crime. It was a bit of a toxic relationship, and it was no secret that both parties were involved in substance abuse, leading to a highly toxic and unhealthy relationship. But their path of destruction came to a halt on January 2015. On this day, a woman was unlocking her apartment in North Dallas when she was suddenly attacked by Nestor and Selena. The woman was struck in the back of the head and pulled to the ground by her hair. They forced themselves into the apartment and demanded to know where all the valuables were. They ultimately made away with her cell phone, her vehicle, and $3,000 from a school fundraiser. Nestor and Selena were eventually arrested the same day driving the stolen car. Both Nestor and Selena pled guilty to the charges of aggravated assault and handed prison sentences. Nestor was given 8 years in prison and Selena was given 5. Despite being sentenced to 8 years in prison, he only served 6 and then was freed in 2021. This is an ongoing issue in Texas from what I have understood, is that violent criminals are being released only to be caught maybe shortly after for the same offense they committed the first time around. When will we ever learn? Upon his release, he was placed on an ankle monitor and needed to report his movements to his parole officer. However, Nestor would be arrested once again in March 2021. His stay in prison was short-lived as he was released once again in April 2021. Shortly after being released, Hernandez cut off his ankle monitor and went into hiding. Despite the police launching an all-out manhunt, they were unable to track Nestor down. However, 3 months later, during a separate investigation on South Josie Lane, the police thought they caught a glimpse of a man who resembled Nestor.
Norman, just give you a heads up while we're stopping you, okay? You look like someone we're looking for. Okay?
Do you know that or no? No. Okay, what's your date of birth, sir?
Were you on probation or anything like that, man? No, when did you get released?
Huh? I ain't been in trouble, so.
You ain't been in trouble? Tickets and stuff? You tango or no? Let me see if that's it. You have a Texas ID?
Nah, I don't.
You've had one before?
Yeah, but I just don't have it on.
Okay, so you do have one. Just not on you.
I have that
I have nothing wrong. Just ignorance.
My man, listen, okay? You're lying to me about your name, okay? I got a picture, that is not you, okay? So I'm telling you right now, before you catch another charge, okay, because you're gonna catch another charge.
What picture you get? Can I see the picture you got?
I'm not gonna show you the picture that I got, okay? But listen, you're about to catch another charge, okay? Is your name Nestor? Yes, it is. Is that correct? So put that cigarette down. Put your hands on your back. Dog.
Relax.
You put a dent in my thumb, we're gonna have a serious issue right here, man.
Oh man, I'm working, man. My people need me, man. I got a job. I'm getting flame out.
You gotta take care of what you gotta take care of first.
Nestor Hernandez was once again sent to prison for his parole violation, and even though he had cut off his ankle monitor, he was released once again in October 2021. Although he had a history of violent crimes, authorities thought he turned over a new leaf at some point and decided to place him back on the ankle monitor. I don't know what it is about this case, but the amount of times I've had to say this man was released is pissing me off. It couldn't be any clearer that this man needs to be in prison. They felt as long as they monitored his movements, everything would be okay. But they couldn't be any more wrong, because almost exactly a year later, he would shoot up the maternity ward at the Methodist Dallas Medical Center. On October 21st, 2022, Nestor rushed Selena Villatoro to the hospital as she had just went into labor. Selena gave birth to a healthy baby boy, and it was her and Nestor's first child together. Nestor informed his parole officer of the birth of his child and got permission to visit Selena and his boy at the hospital. Nestor, fueled by alcohol, stumbled into the wrong room and came face to face with 18-year-old Davia and mistook her for Selena.
A young mother says the man charged with killing 2 hospital workers last month accidentally came into her hospital room right before that shooting.
It was scary. It was really scary. He was just standing like in front of me, and he still didn't realize I wasn't the person he was looking for. My boyfriend, he asked him, "Who are you?" And he was like, "I'm Nestor."
She didn't think too much of it. A bit later, she asked her nurse, Katie Annette Flowers, to help her get to the restroom.
She was really nice with everything. She was really helpful. She was walking out. She was like, "Okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna go get your medication."
After leaving Davia's room, Nestor eventually made his way over to Selena. As soon as he entered the room, he started acting erratically and searching for the man that had been with Selena. But in the end, he found no one. Nestor pulled a gun from his waist and started pistol whipping Selena multiple times. Selena was trying to protect the baby and tried calming Nestor down by reassuring him there was no one else. But Nestor wasn't having any of it. He told Selena right then and there that they were gonna die that day, alongside with anybody who entered the room. A short while later, a social worker, Jacqueline Pacua, entered the room as she was checking in on Selena. She was there for a routine checkup on the new mother and her new baby. As soon as she opened the door, Nestor opened fire on her. Initially, the hospital staff heard the loud bang, but they didn't expect it to be a gunshot. That's when 63-year-old nurse Annette Flowers was curious enough to see what was going on and decided to check what was happening next door. As soon as she opened the door, Nestor let out another gunshot, and unfortunately it struck Annette, and she succumbed to her injuries. He retreated into the room and started to reload his gun. He seemingly was preparing for a mass shooting. After he reloaded his weapon, he started to make his way out of the room. By a stroke of luck, an officer by the name of Robert Rangel was at the hospital that day investigating another case. He heard the gunshots and immediately knew what was happening. At that very moment, he saw Nestor leaving the room with a gun in his hand. At that point in time, Sergeant Rangel let out a gunshot that struck Nestor in the leg, causing him to retreat as the following standoff unfolded.
Can you come out? Over here, please, come out. Come outside. Okay, I'm Robert. What's your name, partner? What's your name? Talk to me. Okay. Okay, listen, we can work this out, partner, okay? Just throw the gun outside. Throw the gun out, please. Throw the gun outside. Partner, listen to me, man, please. Let them outside. Partner, please, man, just do me a favor. Let them outside, please. Let them outside, please. That's all I'm
Have the gun in his hand?
Ma'am, does he have the gun in his hand?
We need the gun out in the hallway. Throw the gun out in the hallway.
Throw it out, please. Come on. Come on. Throw it out.
Throw the gun out.
Throw the gun out. Okay, throw the gun outside. Throw the gun outside. We need the gun outside. I need the gun outside, please. Victor! Ma'am, where's Victor at? Does he no more gun in his hand?
No, the gun is up in the trash can in the hallway. I put it out there. It's right there, look. It's right there.
Okay. Stay on there. Hands up. Hands up. Okay.
Please don't shoot him.
Nestor eventually surrendered, and he was charged with capital murder of multiple persons. This is an offense that carries a minimum of life in prison. As of today, December 21st, 2023, this trial has already came to an end. Here's a recap of what ensued during the trial of Nestor Hernandez. Nestor Hernandez was found guilty of capital murder in the October 2022 shooting and deaths of Jacqueline Pacua, a social worker, and Katie Annette Flowers, a nurse at the Methodist Dallas Medical Center. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He said he shot into the hallway in a panic, striking Flowers. Prosecutors presented the evidence that Hernandez went to the hospital that day with rage, resentment, anger, and a plan to kill. Hernandez was on parole for aggravated robbery at the time of the shooting and had been granted permission to be at that hospital while wearing an ankle monitor. During the trial, defense attorneys had asked jurors to consider a lesser charge, acknowledging that Hernandez opened fire, but saying that he didn't mean to kill anyone. However, the jury found him guilty of capital murder. I think what makes me most upset about this case is that there was plenty of opportunities to put Nestor behind bars, but authorities kept being lenient on him by letting him go constantly on ankle monitors, which he cut off one of the times. But ultimately, the ones who suffer are the families of the victims, including the baby that's left without a father for the rest of his life. If you made it to this part of the video, I just want to express my gratitude for sticking around and actually watching the entire thing. As you may or may not know, these videos take a long time to make, and I would appreciate a subscription and maybe hitting the alert box. And again, I hope I see you next time for When the Lights Go Out.